You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and on the heels of probably one of Kathleen Kennedy's most embarrassing weeks, Gina Carano just keeps winning. A slew of very positive things happening for her, obviously, starting with last week keying up with the Daily Wire to write and produce her own movie, which would probably be awesome if you're an actor type, but also other amazing news. And I can't thank you all enough for being so involved, by leaving your likes, by leaving your comments in the videos. These videos are finally breaking through the YouTube shadow ban. And for all of you that are clicking that red subscribe button down below, that's helping so much too. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please do consider allowing me to earn that today. It really helps new people find the channel, and it's probably the only way you'll ever find my new videos. So we talked about earlier today, Kathleen Kennedy taking a brutal L, getting downvoted into oblivion so badly that the Oscars themselves had to log back into their official YouTube channel just to turn off comments and the voting system. But on the flip side of that, I am absolutely pleased to announce that Gina Carano is now the most popular star in the world following her firing. It's absolutely insane. This on top of a couple of new interesting hit pieces that they're just trying to stop what is unstoppable, and that's because the fandom is just so good. This Gina Carano is now the most popular star in the world following her firing. Yes, I know we got this covered, but I'll prove it. You know, I'll show you the sourcing that backs the story. Gina Carano is now the most popular star in the world following her firing from Star Wars last week. That sounds pretty weird, like a weird statement, but it's true. According to IMDb's Star Meter, the site rates celebrities' current popularity based on their IMDb profile views every week. And typically, those in the top spots are featured in the internet's latest favorite movie or TV show. In this case, though, the controversy surrounding Carano has launched her to #1. The former Mandalorian actress is sitting as the biggest star across the entire globe today, according to IMDb stats. Those in second and third place have been in the news as of late. #2 with Big Little Lies, and Shailene Woodley, who just got engaged to Aaron Rodgers, while the great Christopher Plummer, who sadly passed earlier this month, is #3. WandaVision stars Evan Peters and Elizabeth Olsen then round out the top 5. Carano's firing has been one of the biggest talking points on social media over the past 7 days, so it shouldn't be surprising that this has translated the ex-MMA fighter into topping IMDb's charts. There's been an ongoing saga of headlines featuring the actress's name from her Instagram post that caused so much offense to Lucasfilm. They decided to cut ties with her, to her subsequent blasting of the studio and partnership with right-wing website The Daily Wire. At no point has Gina Carano blasted Lucasfilm. Again, this is the Hollywood shill narrative. As far as I can tell, she's said nothing negative about Disney and continues to just be positive for the sake of being positive. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. This on top of a petition, which, by the way, forget this stupid petition. There's no reason to petition for her to be rehired because I don't want her to, go back on The Mandalorian unless they would issue some sort of mea culpa, some actual apology. She's better than that now. She's bigger than that now. And yeah, sure. I mean, it's probably be good for her brand to continue to work on a Star Wars film. And ultimately, it's not my paycheck. But, this in the face of a new report also saying Jon Favreau was reportedly on Gina Carano's side before recent social media posts. Unless they can't be bothered posting anything themselves to hire a team to handle it for them, celebrities using social media have given fans better insight into the personalities of the rich and famous to a much greater degree than ever before. It used to be all about tabloid speculation and whispered rumors, but now the news trends come straight from the horse's mouth. And in some cases, it can draw plenty of ire, as Gina Carano found out. Throughout the constant calls this year, boot her from the show, Jon Favreau was always said to be supporting her given his apolitical stance. However, we've heard from news sources, the same one that told us Luke Skywalker would be back long before the recent season 2 finale, that Favreau's backing evaporated the second she made what turned out to be her final incendiary post as a contracted Lucasfilm talent. You know, ultimately, you can't really... Look, I don't necessarily blame Jon Favreau for this. This dude has got to secure his bag just like anyone else. He has, you know, a family to feed. You know, obviously the entire Favreauverse, which is more than a dozen Star Wars shows at this point. But, you know, he had probably backed her in the past, and he knew that this time there was just no reason to link himself to her. I mean, yes, I understand it's easy for all of us who, you know, aren't multimillionaires. I mean, maybe there's one that watches me, you know, to say how easy it would be to die on the hill of your principles. But in the real world, people have bills, they have mortgages, they have families to feed, they have kids to put through college, they have things that they want to accomplish, and you can't really dump on people too much for, you know, wanting to, you know, for eventually having... I think he did, put it this way, Jon Favreau treated Star Wars with respect as far as I'm concerned, and he did way more than anyone else. And here is the most recent IMDb popularity meter, again, of 6 million actors and actresses. You have Gina Carano as #1. This is among men and women. You have Evan Peters, of course, and Elizabeth Olsen, and then a bunch of people I have no idea what they're even in. Wait, is this the girl from Scrubs, the old Becky? Yeah, I think so. So whatever her is, but that person is. But, you know, ultimately, #1. And if you look at, you know, if you want to look at other possible measures of this, you could see Gina Carano's followers, okay? Only gaining a few hundred back in 2020, maybe 1,000 a month. 7,000, 11,000, that's legit. Then when The Mandalorian airs, probably around this time, getting 40, 50,000 a month. And then 263,000 followers in a week in February. A week. And you could see her, 130,000, 133, 60, 20. And it's consistently, she's averaging, you know, 4,000 to 10,000 new followers a day, actually 9,900 new followers a day. So she's absolutely continuing to trend up. You know, this in the face of a wide variety of these news outlets that continue to go out of their way to try and spin a narrative that, you know, this isn't cancel culture. This isn't like this moron from GameSpot writing, Gina Carano was fired for being a bad employee, not her, quote, politics. I mean, that's just verifiably false. Even Lucasfilm specifically said that, you know, it was because of her social media posts. And let's be honest, it was because of the nature of them. We saw Lucasfilm literally defend the host of their Star Wars New Republic show who disparaged quote-unquote white women several times, and Lucasfilm made a public post supporting her. It isn't that she talked about politics, it's that she talked about the quote-unquote wrong politics. And this whole entire article is just a lesson in absurdity, a lesson in gaslighting. You know, her posts were not anti-Semitic, regardless of how many times you post that. It doesn't make it true. And you can see it's a pattern we've seen before, time and time again, even outside the pop culture bubble, the endless cycle of bad public behavior and then crocodile tears and feigned ignorance has become an entire brand for many people on social media. Again, you know, pearl-clutching fans and commentators will cry about cancel culture and, quote, conservative politics being the root of Carano's excommunication, when the reality is Carano has experienced the consequence of flagrantly inappropriate public behavior. Incorrect. Anybody who cares to do even the tiniest shred of evidence can point to Pedro Pascal her literal co-star on the exact same show, making the exact same posts, except they were left-leaning, right? Pedro Pascal called half the country terrible things in an Instagram post. He didn't lose his job. Pedro Pascal used a picture of kids in cages, which, by the way, weren't from the United States, and compared that to the events that led up to the Second World War. The idea that there isn't a double standard is something that you need to continue to push back against, because it's so obvious that it is. Now, I wish that, you know, Hollywood actors and actresses would really just stay away from talking about their personal politics at all, because, you know, Gina Carano did not build her fandom because of her personal politics. I mean, it was part of it maybe in her resistance to speak the mainstream narrative, but she gained the majority of her fandom because of how she played the character and how Cara Dune was portrayed by people like Jon Favreau in Star Wars: The Mandalorian. What will she go on and do? Well, I can tell you this much. People are extraordinarily upset about the fact that she's popular. You can see I posted this just 1 hour ago, already receiving about 1,000 likes. Gina Carano is now the most popular actor in the world. That's among men and women, according to IMDb. If only there were a quote about striking someone down and them becoming more powerful. And you can see a lot of people in here like, she's never going to star in another Hollywood movie. And again, maybe that's true, but cope more, loser. I mean, that's exactly what that is. You know, this tweet from you is embarrassing. I mean, again, cope more. The idea that the Streisand effect isn't real, the idea that her popularity is not true or not real is also absurd. It's all building up. Now, will she get another major role in Hollywood? I think in time. I mean, if Mel Gibson can come back and, you know, a lot of, you know, other actors can come back, certainly I think she can. Will it involve her having to bend the knee at some point? If she wants to come back to Hollywood, that's probably the case. But now we, you know, with knowing, you know, here, I mean, she's going to be blacklisted and forgotten in 6 months. Her career is over. That's just not correct. If the fact that, I mean, look, if you're watching this video, leave a like on it, leave a comment on it, and share it. And let's just see how many non-existent fans she has. I mean, when she puts her project together with the Daily Wire, I guarantee it will be extremely popular. If she were to start a YouTube channel today, she would make as much money, if not more, than what she was making on The Mandalorian, $25,000 to $50,000 per episode, which means she was making maybe $250,000 a year, which is, believe me, not nothing, but it's not like she lost millions of dollars a year and she's going to be destitute. Also, don't forget, she had a career long before this. You know, she has hundreds of thousands of fans on Instagram and Twitter. Anywhere she goes, you know, it's going to be a successful thing with her fans. So these people can cope more. She'll never work in acting again. You know, again, okay, I see you have a very inclusive profile picture and bio, but she literally already has another acting job with the Daily Wire. This won't age well. I mean, again, another account with, you know, 1 million numbers after it, coping. That's fine. I'm happy for her. I am sure that everyone will be sharing this video and celebrating for her. I hope things are looking more up to her personally, because they are looking up for her on the internet. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.